Japan has this seriously twisted family. They link the skulls of dead relatives together and stick them on their backs to share memories. After centuries of this tradition, by the time it reached Shuichi's dad, the chain of skulls had grown ridiculously long, tangled all over the entire house. And now his dad was running out of time. The top priority was getting Shuichi a wife, so the family line wouldn't end with him. Shuichi used to have a girlfriend Risa whom he loved, but one day she came over and accidentally saw the skulls in his dad's room, and got so scared she lost her memory on the spot. Not only did she wake up from nightmares every night, she also had hallucinations, seeing a giant caterpillar crawl into her room. To help Risa recover, Shuichi took her to all the familiar places, but she still couldn't remember anything, so Shuichi invited her to his house again, hoping it might jog something. At the side house, Shuichi knocked and told his dad to stay out of sight. Then he led Risa inside, but before they could talk much, a strange noise came from outside the door. When Shuichi said it was his dad, Risa's face turned fearful. Then the door opened and his dad crawled in with a super creepy posture. Shuichi told him to go back to bed, but his dad insisted on meeting Risa. After all, she was his future daughter-in-law. Shuichi cut him off, saying Risa had amnesia now, and they could deal with marriage after she got her memory back. His dad dropped it, comforted Risa and left the room. Risa was shocked. She thought she heard a woman's voice. Back home, Risa felt more and more uneasy. She kept sensing something terrifying, and that feeling got way stronger after visiting Shuichi's place. But before she could think about it, Shuichi showed up in a rush, saying his dad had taken a sudden turn and wanted to see Risa one last time. Without waiting for her answer, he dragged her back to his house. They burst through the door and saw his dad barely hanging on. Seeing that scene, Risa's memory came flooding back. What terrified her was all those densely packed skulls, and Shuichi's dad kept yelling at him to get married right away. After hearing his dad, Shuichi immediately proposed to Risa, saying she just needed to have his kid. He couldn't let the family line die with him, but no sane person would agree to that. Risa screamed and ran out, but she tripped over the skulls in the hallway. Somehow they had spread all over the entire house. Then Shuichi caught up. He didn't want this either, but he had to do it for the family. But suddenly Shuichi got a splitting headache and dropped to his knees. Blood kept dripping down. He muttered about his dad and stumbled toward the room in pain. At the same time, the skulls in the hallway started moving fast, slithering into the room like a giant snake. Risa pressed herself against the wall in terror, but instead of running, she opened the door to see what was happening, and found Shuichi's dad had already passed, and Shuichi had completed the skull inheritance ritual. Seeing that, Risa screamed in horror and bolted out of the room, but Shuichi with the skulls on his back chased after her. In the end, Risa completely lost her mind and had no chance to escape, and this messed up family would carry on forever.